Welcome to Bariatric Business Accelerator, the podcast created for busy weight loss practitioners and their teams who want to systematize, simplify, and accelerate the growth of their new or existing weight loss practice. I'm your host, Karol Clark, and today we're talking about a topic that doesn't really get talked about a lot on the outside or the surface. I have these conversations a lot with practitioners, but a lot of times it's not talked about too much outside. And I know I've had plenty of these conversations with my husbands as we have established and grown our weight loss practice, and also on my consulting side. But if you've been in this world for any amount of time, and if you are an entrepreneur, somebody who's running your own practice, somebody who's establishing one, you know it can be a wild ride. Some days are really exhilarating, you feel full of purpose, and other days kind of leave you wondering what in the heck did I decide to do this for in the first place, and what am I going to do for my future? But first, let's talk about the highs, because there really are a lot of them. There's nothing quite like seeing a patient's face light up as their health is improving, and when they realize that your particular program, your vision, your mission helped them get to where it is that they want to go, the team that you created, their health is turning around because of your guidance. Or if you've created a program and it helps someone finally lose the weight they've been struggling for with decades, or for me, when I coach and work with lots of different clients around the US, or they use some of my courses and they see a difference, and they can get to from point A to point B much quicker and with less pitfalls. It really fuels the fire that's within us that makes us do what we do. On the business side, it can be so exciting to bring your vision to life. As I mentioned, you also can hire an awesome team that believes in your mission and helps to bring that to fruition, and you really can see your practice grow. It's exciting. There's a sense of freedom in knowing that you have control over your schedule. You're building something that reflects your values. You're not having to answer to somebody else. And when your systems are working, which I talk about a lot, your team is engaged and patients are happy, it feels like you're on top of the moon. It feels like you're just like everything's going well. And that's how it can be. But there's also these hard truths, these lows that come into play. And if we're all real with ourselves, it happens to everybody. The lows are just as real as all those highs I just mentioned. Running a practice isn't only about patient care, it's about managing payroll, navigating all the regulations that are out there, making tough calls about marketing, staffing, expansion, how to utilize the finances that you have. There are days when no-shows pile up, when insurance denials come in, or perhaps even an awesome team member moves or somehow leaves their position unexpectedly, but you need to and want to support them. You may feel pressure because revenue isn't where it needs to be quite yet, or maybe you're having a lull in revenue, and it looks like your competitors down the street are going gangbusters, and you're wondering, what in the world, what is happening at my practice? And of course, let's not forget the landscape is changing, of course, with medication, shifting patient expectations, all the noise that's out there on social media, and it all can feel really, really overwhelming. Both sides are so true. I have felt both, my husband and I, over the years, and me personally, and of course, working with practitioners, I see this every day, and we work through it. There's always a way to figure it out. So how do you ride those ups and downs, so to speak, without losing your passion, losing your mind, losing your sanity? And here's just a few things that really help. The first is to stay grounded on why you did this in the first place. Revisit what your mission is, and revisit that often. Make sure your team's aware of it. Patients can sense when you lead with purpose, and it also helps you push through those tough days when you know exactly why you're doing what you're doing and why you built what you built. The second thing would be to build systems, not chaos. I talk about this all the time. Creating workflows that support you and your team so you're not reinventing the wheel every day, putting out fires every day, really is the difference between calm and chaos. The third tip is not to go it alone. Surround yourself with a great internal team and external team of mentors, peers, and a business coach, somebody who can help you get to where you want to be and who's been there before. Entrepreneurship and leading a practice can feel really lonely, but it doesn't necessarily have to. My next tip is to take care of yourself. This is a hard one for me. Protecting your own health physically, mentally, emotionally, scheduling breaks, moving your body, eating well, setting boundaries so you don't run on empty. When you're burned out, of course, you can't lead effectively. I have issues with boundaries sometimes. I want to help everybody. I think it's the nurse in me that comes out, but sometimes it can get you into trouble. So I warn you about that and take care of yourself. The other thing is to celebrate your progress, both the wins and whether they're big or small, because that's what keeps you motivated. Just like with your patients, weight loss helps keep them motivated. And then always expect the unexpected. Sometimes we think we're taking one step forward, two steps back. Those challenges are always going to be there. They're going to come. But when you anticipate them and you plan for them instead of fearing them, you're so much better prepared to respond appropriately versus just react to what's going on in the moment. We all know being a weight loss practitioner entrepreneur is not for the faint of heart. It's a mix of passion, persistence, and plenty of patience, which is hard for many of us. But when you zoom out and you look at the impact that you're making, it is just amazing and it makes everything worthwhile. And like I say, I see this firsthand every day. I work through this with practitioners. Things are going really good. We're working through things and all of a sudden something comes up and we just figure it out. That's what we do. You look at each other, you say, it's going to be all right. Here's what we're going to do. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. I know it's something that I don't talk about a lot or that a lot of people don't talk about very much. Sometimes I talk to practitioners. I've got a couple that I've worked with for a number of years, and they tell me about how they had a group of peers that they all started out together in this entrepreneurial journey or building and establishing a new program or practice, and the other ones aren't there anymore. So they know what it's like to be sort of the one who's mastered this and gone through everything. So I hope this has been helpful. This is my cat Gaston, who's come to join the party, I think. Sorry about that, but he is adorable. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. Please share it with a friend if that would be helpful. And if I can ever be of assistance, reach out to me and get lots of free resources on my website, weightlosspracticebuilder.com, or Karol, Karol, at weightlosspracticebuilder.com. Have a wonderful day and enjoy the journey. And don't forget to take care of yourself. Thanks.